Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome. Give everyone just a few seconds to hop online and get a little notification that we are live. And as we do that, let me just actually pull up. I always want to make sure that we are live. In fact, just have to go to my Mail Something Pretty Facebook page. There we go. Yep, perfect. All right, we are live. And hopefully we get some viewers. I have a really cute project to show you today. Using the mini, what are they called? The mini pocket envelope dies. Hopefully, if you're on my mailing list, you got this email today. I think it's week 7 of Christmas, 12 weeks of Christmas ideas. And I use these pocket dies to make a cute little gift card holder. And they're super easy. Once you see the dies, it kind of does all the work for you. But I'm going to use the same dies to make these really sweet little note cards and envelopes. All right, we got people on here. Hi, Mary Lou. Hi, Nancy. Awesome. Okay, I'm actually going to unzip this. There we go. It's a little cold up in my room, but I don't want to turn the heat higher. Okay, make sure, guys, let me know if we're on, because my screen is frozen, which is fine. I just want to make sure your screen is not frozen. Hi, Debbie. Thanks for joining. All right, and then I will I will turn down the camera to, you can see the projects. And I prepped this a few days ago, so I hope I brought everything I need. All right, hello, Debbie. We got 2 Debbies. Okay, great. Thanks, Nancy. Okay, so it's just frozen on my end, which is fine. Okay, I think I'm going to flip the screen down. And as we get some people on here, and I'm going to show you, and let's see, make sure this is right. I was actually using my tripod the other day, and so it's in a slightly different position. Oh shoot, I can't see it. Let me actually refresh my screen. And darn it. Okay, so now I have a longer delay. Okay, I think you can see everything. Okay, perfect. All right. Oh, there we go. Yep. Okay, great. All right. So we have more people. Hi, Cindy. Hello, Michelle from wintry, snowy Wisconsin. Yeah. Sorry about that. Hi, Ethel from New Jersey. And Sally is from my town. All right. Or my area. Great. Okay. So I'll just go over this quickly. I've been sending out this information all month, but I'll go over it again. I'm having a mystery host party, which means you don't have to have anyone to your house, you don't have to clean, you don't have to do anything, but anyone who places an order in November, as long as you use this host code, you are automatically entered in, and we have a whole bunch of people to be chosen as the mystery host. And what that means is only one person will be chosen, and they'll get all the Stampin' Rewards or all the host benefits for that month. Because I'm kind of pooling all the orders together. They're coming from all different places, but we're kind of grouping them together as if it was a party. And I forgot to tally them up, but I know the rewards are over $60 at this point. And the host will also get to choose one item at 50% off if they want. So we're at that level, which is awesome. So that's the code, but you have to use the code when you place an order. And there's a little box under my picture. It just says host code. You put this number in and you're good. Alrighty, let's put that aside. Let's get to this fun stuff. So before I think, can you see them? I'll put them here. I have these. They're called the mini pocket envelope dies, and they are in the annual catalog, and they're new this year, so new since May. They're right here on page 172. And they kind of a standalone. It doesn't really coordinate with a specific stamp set or anything. And this is what they look like up close. And so this is the die that makes your little envelope. So this is kind of like the magic die. It's so easy. But what I love about this is it comes with 4 different kind of label dies. So I've been using this one a lot, this little scallop circle. We actually used this one at club this week, and the rectangle and the little oval. So you can use these and lots of different reasons. It doesn't have to be with the envelopes. And these 2 little funny pieces make a cute little bow I'll show you. And then I think actually I'll use almost every piece in the little project. So I just wanted to show you these. Yes, Mary Lou ordered them last night. Awesome, because we used them in club and I used them on my 12 weeks of Christmas today. I wanted to kind of show you different ways of using them. And they're 20% off until Friday. So even better, right? So let's see, they say they're $29. So I think it comes to like, I don't know, $23 or $24, I forget, because it's 20% off. Okay, let's get to it. So this is a cute little envelope with a note card in it. So sometimes you want just a little something to either put in a lunchbox, or if you want to put it on a loaf of bread you're giving, or a little treat, or just as a little thank you on an office mate's desk or something. So it's just a cute little, I think they used to call these like gift enclosures, these types of notes. And so you'll see that this little die makes the envelope, and then I just cut this and decorate it to fit inside. So here's another, this is kind of in the portrait position, and then I did one in the landscape position. And so look, you can even put a gift card inside. So you can put a note and a gift card. You could put, just like I showed you at the Christmas one, you could put just a gift card, but I kind of think the little note is there cute too. So they both fit in there. And this is the little bow that these two little pieces make, that I'll show you how to make. It took me a little bit, but then I figured it out. But it's a cute little bow. Now it is a 3D. You could put it in an envelope, it would just get a little squished. But it's sometimes with these little notes you don't put in the mail anyways, you just kind of hand them or put them in a little gift bag or a little something or other. So that's what we're going to do. All right, so hopefully I have what we need. We'll find out. So I'm going to make two versions. One kind of this version, and then I'm really excited to show you something else I came up with. So let me put these aside because we're going to get out the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. So the paper I'm going to use for this one is called Butterfly Kisses, and I think this also is for sale because it's not a specialty paper. So I think this paper happens to be on sale too. The papers I think are 20% off. It's 6x6 paper. It looks like this because it's actually I do a paper share for the launch of each catalog, and I always buy a share myself, so I have all the papers. And so I always put like a belly band on them with the labels of the colors of the name of the pack and the coordinating colors, because it's just easier to say, oh, I need whatever color to go with it. And then what I do this for my longer papers too. When I have little pieces, I just paper clip them in. And so that's kind of what my paper shares look like. All right, so I already kind of cut, not everything, but I cut a bunch of things out just to make it a little easier. So let's actually shift all these things over. So I'm going to use this pattern from the Butterfly Kisses, and I have my machine here, and I have my plates here. So I'm going to use all 4 plates, the thick one, the little teeny thin one, and my 2 clears, which you can see have gotten lots and lots of use lately. And so when you are making your envelope, you have to decide if you want it to go in the portrait position, if you have a pattern that works, a directional pattern. If I wanted it to be portrait, I'm going to put it this way because the envelope will go in this direction. But if I wanted it to be landscape, then I would do it in this direction. Let's go this way. I didn't decide when I did it. So we'll go this way. So I'm going to flip this over because the teeth go here. And again, if you had stripes, you would just make sure it's nice and straight. This one kind of doesn't matter. I'm actually going to push it towards the edge because then I can use some of that for something else. You don't really need, you could cut, I don't know, it's probably like 4.5 by 5 or something if you were cutting a bigger paper, but this happened to be 6x6, so I didn't trim it down. So I'm just going to put it in my machine and cut it. Everything else is cut. I figured just wanted to show you how that worked, whether you did landscape or portrait. So I'll save that because you could always use that for, I already cut a different paper, but you could use it for stripes. You could use that little bit for a bunch of stuff. The other thing consider when you are choosing your pattern is because you are going to see both sides. So just make sure, like this one, I don't know if I necessarily would have chosen that color to go with that pattern, but it's fine because I have stuff that's in front of it. So you don't really see too much of it. Whereas like this one has the little kind of stripe thing. So that works. So just keep that in mind when you're choosing your paper. You want to make sure that both patterns kind of work. Not sure if you can see, but there's a score line right here. There's a score line here, and there's a score line here. Hello, Candy. I'm glad you're catching us live today. We're making these fun little note cards and envelopes. Yeah, kind of put them on the screen. I think you can see them. All right, so I'm going to fold. See, if I fold it that way, it would be crooked. So you just kind of have to. There we go. I just had to see it. All right, so there's one fold line. And again, there's a fold line here and here, these little tabs. And this folds down. It definitely, you can see them better if you're using regular cardstock versus the paper, but it works. So then I'm just going to glue that shut, and there is your envelope. How easy is that? One thing I did show on my 12 weeks of Christmas, if you wanted like a little window, so on the Christmas I kind of showed that there was a gift card and I cut a window so you could kind of see what the gift card was. You would just, whatever shape, but you would just put this down, run this through the machine, and cut it before you sealed it. Oops. So that's a little tip. And I didn't even bother with like a window sheet or anything because it's just a gift card. You know what I mean? It's not like anything's going to fall out. All right. So now we're just going to glue it together. So you can use very little glue because if you use too much, it's going to ooze out. So just a little glue. You can use the tear and tape. I just find this is stronger. In some of the projects I've made, sometimes the tear and tape, it sticks at first, but then it unsticks. So the glue is, once it's stuck together, it's good. I'm also putting it on the back of a, what are these called, the silicone mats to catch, see there's like a little glue there. If I had any that oozed out, I would just kind of rub it on there, just so it's not seeping out. So there is my envelope. So that's kind of, it's easy. But now we can decorate it. So I have all these pieces. I just cut extra because I wasn't sure, but these dies come with the set. I also cut the pieces. I'm going to show you how to make the bow. And then I also cut a little card that goes inside. And you can measure your envelope and figure out what size, but let's see, I don't remember. I did, looks like 2 1/4 by 3 1/2. And then I punched a hole, so that just fits right in there. But I want to show you the hole I used this dies also. So when I was playing with this before, I was figuring out what piece was what piece. It took me a little bit to figure out the bow, but I did. Hi Karen, thanks for joining. So there's this little piece here, and I could not for the life of me figure out what it was. So I cut it on paper just to see, and there's like a little slit mark and a hole. I'm like, do I need it for the bow? I couldn't figure it out. So I asked, there's a Stampin' Up! Leaders page. So I said, I can't figure it out. I did try to look. So someone said, you don't use both pieces at once. You use them separately. And then that made sense. So this little hole you put here, let's see, and then you run it through your machine like that, and you make like a hole punch. Or if you wanted a slit, oh yeah, here's one. The same thing. So you can kind of see the slit. So if I wanted a slit, I would just use this side and run it through the machine, and it makes a slit. So to save you some aggravation, I could not figure out what that piece was for. And I did not include a video with this set, so really was kind of on my own. So anyways, I already made the hole. So I love these little, I don't know what they're called, you know, like, you know, when you were in school and you had those circles to put on your ringed paper? I don't know what they were called, but that's kind of like what it is. So that die is also in the set. So I would suggest on this one, I glued this on first and then I cut the hole, but you can see how I kind of misjudged. So I would do the hole first and then glue this on, because then you can line it up really nice. So I'm going to do that. I'm just going to put, again, a little glue. And this is a score line, so it folds in half. Right there. And then, actually, I'll put the glue on this part. Make sure I folded it correctly. All right, so that makes a cute little, just nice little element. Okay, so let's see, it's gonna go in this direction because I cut my flowers that way. I cut a strip because I had a little bit left of this paper and I just thought it would be nice, not necessarily having the whole thing. So I'm gonna glue that on. Reinforcements, thank you. I could not think of what that was called. I have them, but I didn't know what they were called. All right, so I brought up this stamp set, the Pansy Patch. I love the script of the words. To be honest, I haven't used the flowers as much as I thought, but you know, it's not pansy season, so I'll take it out again in the spring. But I really love all the words in it. So let's see, I already have a happy birthday and I have a thank you. So it could go either. Maybe I'll just put a little thank you on here. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do. You can see mine is well loved and they're not sticking. Okay, thank you. And I did bring up other colors. I actually think these are pretty together. Calypso Coral, Poppy Parade, and Fresh Freesia. So this is Calypso Coral. But I think I'm going to use Poppy because I wanted to pop a little bit on the top, and so I'll match it on the inside. I couldn't decide when I was doing this. So, decision made. I do a little thank you. So you could put it on the top, or I kind of like it on the bottom. It's photopolymer, so I can see right through it. So isn't that just the sweetest little note? Leave that open. And I have some ribbon, but I'm not going to put it on yet because I wasn't sure which color. So let's decorate the envelope. So I think I'm going to do the little things you do make such a big difference, and then the thank you inside. So it's a nice little thank you gift. And this, I don't think it's going to fit on that one, which is okay because I have the bigger rectangle. I think it'll fit on this one. Yeah. All right. And there is, might be hard to see, but there's a little edging on there. Let's see. I just smudged a little bit, so that will be my backup. Alrighty. It is a sweet little note. The little things you do make a big difference. I think that's centered. All right, good. Give that a second to dry because it's in the red family, and so we know that they smudge, right? And let me show you the bow while that's drying. All right, so the bow, again, you have these two pieces. It took me a little bit to figure it out, but I did. There we go. I think you can see that. So what I discovered is glue dots are your friend with a bow. And so aren't tweezers, but I don't have tweezers up here, but I do have my little piercer. So you want to look at, again, you can kind of, well, you might not see, but there is a right side and a wrong side. It's just a little crisper and a prettier edge. So you want to look at both. Well, actually, hold on. Let's do this first before I do that. So I actually did flip it over to the wrong side. I'm going to put a glue dot right in the middle. To me, it looks like a bathing suit. So I'm sure someone could come up with a cute little bathing suit top design. And if you fold this in half, that's how you make the bow. I think this would be really pretty. I haven't done it yet with designer paper as well, because then you could kind of see the two different patterns. All right, but this is now the wrong side, the back side. But I'm actually going to put a glue dot here, right in the middle in the seam. I'm going to flip it over to what now is the right side. Put a glue dot there, so it's on front and back. So if you put this right side showing, you stick that on there because I have the glue dot, and now I'm going to wrap it around twice. I'm going to wrap it around once, like that, and then twice, and that makes the bow. But now I just have to add one more glue dot. Isn't that cool? Just smush it together to make sure it sticks. So there I have a cute little bow. I just think it's cute. Yes, Mary Lou, you do need a little fine motor skills. Yes, it does, Karen, look like a little bikini top before you put it together. So, oh, actually, as you say that, I have that other, the bathing suit set, Make a Splash. I'll have to play with that. All right, so you could decorate your envelopes however you wanted. Like if you wanted, oh, I think I took this out. I forgot, I was actually gonna put this on there, but that's all right. You could do, that's a little bit too busy. That's not gonna work. But anyways, you could decorate however you want. I think I'll just be a little bit on the simpler side right here. So I'm gonna glue this on here. My fingers are cold. The little things you do make such a big difference. And then I'll put, actually I'm just going to put glue on the bow itself. Put it so I can read the words. And, oh, I did not bring up gems. Well, it looks pretty with a little gem on here, which apparently I didn't bring upstairs, but I will add a gem later. And so then we have our little note, which fits in, but we're going to put a little ribbon on here. And I think the soft sea foam will look nice. So let's see. We'll just add that in there in the hole. Like that. And I will just take a piece of string. This white string is my favorite, and it's almost all gone. Have to replenish it. And then I'll just tie. Ooh, my hands are cold. They're not working so good. I do not have fine motor skills today. I tie a knot and then a bow. And you could just, if you don't want to tie a bow, just tie a double knot. That, and then we'll just trim. Oh, it's a prettier edge. I love this seam binding. This comes in the soft sea foam in the pool party, and I use it lots. And then maybe we'll trim these down a little bit too, so they're not quite as long. All right, so let's put it together. That's so sweet. Yeah, the seafoam really works with it, I think, because of the yellow. I'm glad you like it, Michelle. I know it's another thing to add to your wish list, but you know, it's you can use it all year long. It's not like it's just a Christmas set, so you can use it lots and lots. So let me show you something else you can do with it. Let's see. Clean up the, oh, look at, I even took out, because there's that little greenery, so you could add, oh, that looks kind of cute. I should have put that under the bow. Maybe we're not done. All right, we'll just put one. Forgot I had them. Just tuck that under. There we go. Ah, that looks better. And you could, I think the other one I put one of those on here. So they're kind of fun. And on the Christmas one, I just did them in a darker color. And now I'm used them for the Christmas set. So anyways, you got all these little pieces you can use. I'm going to, oh yeah, look at, I made one with a slit to show you both, and then I forgot. All right, so let's do the next project. And I even brought up other string. I could have used that. So there's lots of possibilities. All right, and so this isn't the next one, but I brought this up. You can even do like a little vellum envelope with a note. I think that would be sweet, and just kind of decorate a little bit. So they're really, really, it's a versatile die set. All right, I'll put those aside, so I'll bring those out after. So this is what I tried really hard. I succeeded, but I tried really hard to come up with a holder for tea. But actually, before I show you that, here's a tease. I forgot to show you this. So you could also use the envelope, whether use a gift card or a note card, and you could put it on the front of a card, or you could even put it on the inside of a card, and that would be good for like a gift card. So I just forgot to show you that part. Okay, so back to the tea. I tried a few ways of doing this. Let me show you my success, and then I'll show you my failures. So I made the same little pocket, same exact pocket with the same die, and inside I put a tea bag because I just like little tea gifts or tea cards. But I tried it a few different ways to do it. So let me just show you. I think we're going to make one the best way I thought how it worked. Yeah. I first tried it by making this pocket. So I just did the same, I did like the same little note card, but I made it a little bit longer and just folded it up. And I, kind of move the tea around because it doesn't have, oh, I have the tea bag somewhere. It's the tea bags are too wide for this little envelope, but it was too thick. I couldn't get it in there. It was too thick. So then I said, well, maybe I could do like a pocket with a note card and put it under. But again, that was a little thick because it was the cardstock. So then I came up, well, my tea bag's falling apart, and I put a little message under the tea bag. You could certainly put it on the other side, but I use the same designer paper, which is a little thinner, and then you kind of smush the tea down a little bit and it fits perfectly. So that's what we're gonna make. All right. So I already cut out, I'm gonna do the same pattern and color. I already cut out my paper. And so with the die, goes this way. And this is called something with linen threads maybe. This is also on sale. It's a beautiful pack of paper. All right, so there's the score line there. So I'm carefully gonna fold on the score line because you do want it straight because you need this part to be straight. And then they have the score line on these two tabs. So this part is exactly the same method as what I did with the note card before. All right, so I'll just crease them good and we'll glue them. I find it's easy when you fold it closed, kind of like a book, and then that way you know it's flat instead of like guessing and then you might buckle. All right, so no oozing, but if you do, just kind of blot it on your little pad there. All right, so I cut out for my insert, actually I guess it'll go this way, 2 1/4 by 4 1/2. So it's just, again, a little bit longer than the regular cards we did the other one. It's a 1/2 inch longer. And then I scored it at a 1/2 inch. So it makes that, I'm gonna go this way. So it makes that pocket. Okay, so this would be the normal size, and that makes this little pocket. So then we're gonna glue just a tiny dab of glue, or maybe 2 dabs, and close that. I'll let that stick for a second. And now I need to make that little slit. So actually I am going to use that. I'll show you how to do it. And it does cut through 2 layers of the designer paper. It did not cut through, well, it half cut through the 3 layers when I was trying it before. So, which is why, another reason why I like the designer paper for it. Plus it's pretty. All right, so I'm just going to use the slit side just because it works with my ribbon better instead of the hole. I'm gonna put it here. You see, I don't know if you can quite see it on the camera. I'm gonna try to do it straight. I'm just eyeballing it. Looks good. And then it makes, yep, so there's your slit for your ribbon. And I know I saw them. Let's see, I brought up 2 tea bags to show you. There they are. So the tea bags, this is, you know, I brought 2 brands so you can see their tea bags are generally pretty standard in size, the same size. So it is too thick to fit. Now maybe, I didn't even try this. Maybe you could fold it. Let's see if it fits in the pocket. Oh, it does. All right, so that's good to know. I didn't even try that before. So you could put like a little something to grab it out. It's not as pretty. Here, we'll just use this one. But we're gonna cut this one open. And then we're going, oh, I can smell it. We're gonna just tuck it under our pocket. But before I do that, I already stamped a little label. I used my stylish shaped circles, but you could use a circle that comes with the set. And I think this one, just so it's different, I'll put on the back side. So it's a little message on the back. Oh, I keep breaking up. I'm sorry, I don't know why. Could be either my or your internet, but hopefully on the replay it won't break up, Nancy. And I'll post pictures too. All right, so let's do our ribbon. I chose to use the gold. I actually didn't have too many other ribbon choices that matched, but I actually think the gold works. So that fits really nicely through that slit. And I'm using some blue twine this time to tie that bow. I usually keep my ribbons and twines attached, and then once I tie them and I like them, that's when I cut them. I find that I waste less that way. And I can also adapt, like if I made it too short or too long, I can just adapt. Okay, so we'll do a cleaner edge on that one and that one. Okay. Okay. Oh, good. So, okay, Karen, thank you. Okay, Nancy, it must be your internet, but the replay will work because if it's not, the rest of it isn't broken up. Okay, so what you're going to do next is tuck in your tea bag and see how much this one's a little neater because of the other one I've been playing with. And if you need to, just kind of shuffle down your tea a little bit. And put, oh, it smells, it smells really good. Tuck it in, maybe I'll have a tea when I'm done. I'm getting resistance, it feels sticky. It should, there we go. It should fit in there. Did I make it too long? Oh, look at, I made it too long. Let's take off a little bit and I'll adjust my measurements. I'll take off a 1/4 inch. Ooh, that's the score one. There we go. Let's see if that's better. Something's stopping it. Let's see. Oh, it's still too long. Okay. That's why we just cut by 1/4 inches. See if that works. And I will adjust those measurements for you. There we go. I like how the herringbone there goes the opposite direction of, it does it on both of them. Just happened the first time, and then I cut it that way the second time. Okay, so now I already cut a teacup, and that goes with, you've seen me use this set tons, the cup of tea, which is where I use the tea bag outline, and I use the It's Time for Tea. I also use the Let's Get Together Soon that I put on the label. So what I'm going to do, and I like to put the tea in there first. Maybe it doesn't matter. I'm using a dimensional just so that it does its room. But let me just show you how I attached my tea bag to my teacup, because I like the little addition of the string, because that's what happens. So I'm going to put a dimensional on the back side of my little label there and add some white string. And then I'm going to attach it to my teacup. And then I'm going to fold it over and add a dimensional. Maybe I'll add two, just so that way it sticks. And then I'll cut it. And that's how I add my little strings to my tea bags, even on the cards that I've been making. And then you just add it like that. Isn't that cool? All right, so let me clean up here a little bit, and I could have used this label on the tea also, because that oval came with the envelopes die set. Let me take out all of the, let's see, yeah, I had, make sure I'm on the film there so you can see. You see it all? Yeah. Okay. So yes, I just think they are super sweet. Those two go the portrait, the landscape side. This goes the portrait side. And again, we have the little tea treat. So I'm sure you can come up with other samples of what you can stick inside. Like a little candy bar would fit in, a thin one, but a little candy bar would fit in there. Obviously gift cards fit in there, or you could even make a similar pocket and put some cash or a check or something in there. If you weren't getting a gift card, that would work. Lots of possibilities. Alrighty. Oh, I'm glad you like them. Yeah, it's so, super cute to pass out. And if you're making a bunch of them, you just cut assembly style, cut all the bases at once, all the cards at once, and then you just kind of put them together. And they're not hard. And depending on how much you decorate them, that's how long it takes. All right, so let me just show you again where they were, in case you like them. The mini pocket envelope dies, regular price $29, but until Friday they're 20% off. Page 172 of the annual catalog. And it goes with lots and lots of stamp sets, so there's no specific stamp set that goes with it. And I'll just put this out again too. I mentioned this at the beginning. I'm having a November mystery host party, and so everyone who places an order in November who uses this host code will automatically be entered in for a drawing or random choosing, and I probably will even hop online to do that on November 29th. One name will be chosen, and you'll get all the Stampin' Rewards for all the orders that are combined together. And so right now, I didn't do the final total. It's over $60 at this point, which is pretty cool, and I know it will just go up because there's a sale going on. So there you go. Alrighty. I'm glad you liked them. Thank you. Trying to think if there's any other announcements, but I think really the seasonal sale is a big one. I didn't print that out. I don't know if I can remember what it is, but until the end of day on Friday, let's see. All dies from the annual catalog only, not the holiday catalog. The annual catalog, all dies are 20% off. All stamp sets are 15% off. All non-specialty designer papers are 20% off. So that means if anything's shiny or has the word specialty in its name, that's not on sale, but everything else, just kind of the plainer papers, pattern papers, are 20% off. And there's punches. Those are on sale too. That might be 10%. I forget. So anyways, it's a really good sale. It's kind of their Black Friday sale, but they're doing it a little earlier, which is kind of nice. And they don't have many sales a year, so this is a big one. So anyways, you can combine it with my mystery host party, and yeah, so you'll kind of get extra things. Alrighty, so thank you much. Oh, the other thing is next Wednesday, November 23rd, the day before Thanksgiving. It's also my son's birthday. My daughter's flying in from Pennsylvania the night before. So I think I'm going to push my next week's Facebook Live to Tuesday. Just in case we're doing something for his birthday. I don't know what's happening yet. So just to be on the safe side, Facebook Live next week will be Tuesday. I'll send announcements out. And I think that would be easier because some people might be getting ready for cook and can't join live anyway. So hopefully that will work. Alrighty, I think that does it. Thank you. I really appreciate you guys commenting. It makes it so much easier for me to present and talk and share and show, at least that I know people are there watching. So I really appreciate you guys watching live, and I really appreciate those who are watching on the replay, and you're still adding comments. So I look at everything. I try to reply to a bunch of them. So thank you very much. So I will see you next Tuesday. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.